This is a test. Test, test, test. You should test yours, which is over there. Or throw your phone on the ground. One of the two things should be done.
Probably both.
Yeah.
Goodness, this case is warped. I'm going to need new phones soon. Sorry. Throw your phone on the ground.
Apparently.
Abba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba. Abba-dabba-dabba-dabba-dabba. Dabba-dabba-dabba.
You're making sounds. I think we're good.
Huzzah! It says we've listened to all the radio shows.
I mean, honestly, it's probably because of my previous
Oh,
playthrough.
yeah.
So I probably just missed one on my first playthrough.
Cars have their interior lights on, can be driven.
That's
Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Yay! Welcome to Bright Falls. I love Bright Falls.
The cars doesn't have those interior lights on.
Yes, we can't drive it.
Yes, I mean, you're getting into the passenger seat, so.
Little by little,
Oh, boy.
without realizing it, I'd come to believe that
I just wanted to do it
today,
because I
would
could.
meet the kidnapper,
I began
and
to
he would give me
realize
Alice. I
there was
wouldn't
no
give him
point
any
to
other
this.
choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Ba-doom.
Man, Alan can't run very long.
He's a writer. He needed to go and hit the gym more, honestly.
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was not true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into the
Yeah, let's go.
waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the Empire. The whole world taken over by the Dark Presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a text.
I actually flew out the window.
It matched the
Today,
textbook
I would
case of
meet the kidnapper,
insanity.
and he would give me Alice. I
As I
wouldn't give him
drive
any
off
other
a bridge.
choice. A drowning man will clutch
How
at a
did he
straw.
get here?
Little by little, without realizing it,
Alan,
I'd
the
come to
writer.
believe that the story
How
in
did
the
I
manuscript
get
was coming
here?
true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the Dark Presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
I finally let him finish his dialogue.
Wow. Why do all these cars just are sitting around with their keys?
I don't know, but I want the cool one. Stealing someone's Jeep.
You know, at least have Alan to hotwire him or something.
Can I? I can.
Over the river and through the woods. Is that a chair?
It appears to be.
Is that a flippin' recliner?
That's why I came out here. I saw something. Coffee and a view. Interesting.
It matched the textbook case of insanity.
I've jumped off a cliff 3 times in the past few minutes. Alan's not feeling too mentally well right now.
I mean, someone got the thinking chair out in the middle of the woods. We can do
My wife appears to have arrived home.
anything. Coffee. Oh, you're driving my old car, no right rear view mirror. Also, you lost one of your floodlights. I was just like, no skin off my nose, ain't my car.
Smoking. I managed to steal someone's car and basically destroy it in just a few moments. Hello.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big-shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet. I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first,
A little music.
It looks like it doesn't want me to go over there. I think it's bridge out. Yeah. Yeah.
But I want to go over there.
I wonder if I can get the car down without dying.
Textbook case of insanity.
Like if I could drive it down the stairs.
Give it a shot, I guess.
I mean, it did give me a brand new car.
See, it's clearly not a walking sim because you're driving. Studebaker!
Not looking too good. Where's the Jeep?
No.
How far back? There it is. I'm gonna ram it. Yeah.
Do some cardio, man. Jeez.
No, I'll just keep stealing people's cars and driving those.
I said cardio, not car die. Oh.
It's working.
It's real impressive that you're sparking off of thin air.
I just wedged both of them here. Can I even get down now without dying? Oh no.
Welcome to the back rooms, Mr. Wake.
I don't think I can crouch either. I think I've trapped myself.
Congratulations.
Wait. Oh, almost.
It's a textbook case of insanity.
I might have to kill myself. But how?
No, I'm just imagining like going to a national park and seeing someone in this position going, I'm stuck, and you're just like,
Who built those stairs? That's incredible. Let's go back from the checkpoint. I'm not going to sit here and listen to it. I'm going to turn it on and
This is
leave.
Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for
The textbook case of insanity.
I will never stop. All right, I'll stop.
The Clearly, you just needed to drive over the bridge and let the car get down the natural way. Gravity.
It's always fun to do things the way you're not supposed to do them, though. Especially in like story-based games.
Everything is so curated.
Mm-hmm. To try to break the game is half the fun.
Nothing wrong with a curated experience.
I like them. I enjoy this kind of game.
I was just thinking about auto-scrollers and platformers and how a lot of people like, oh, auto-scroller levels, I hate them. I have to play the level at the pace that the devs intended. I'm like, yeah, but that lets them do things that you can't do in a normal level.
I've got mixed feelings about them. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
If done well, they're not bad. Different kind of challenge.
Yeah. I had my opinion on them changed when I was toying with it in Mario Maker and realized I could do neat things with this.
Forcing people forward or backward or whatever. I'm starting to think I was supposed to have a car down here.
No, he needs his cardio.
I better become stronger from this.
That would be an interesting mechanic in a... Well, I guess it depends on how it's executed.
I'm almost there. You see it?
Oh,
On top of the hill.
I see it. A little tweed jacket with the elbow pads.
I'm a writer. That's what that means. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always picked you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever, and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing?
It's like,
Childish even?
ah.
There's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for
I
everything,
don't
but
get fishing
what you're saying isn't that a little
metaphors.
harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How's that?
A wild
harsh?
girlfriend
Yeah,
appears.
well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but, well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then, there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I
Ow.
dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me. You can't argue with the
Almost like a
heart.
caveman.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
All right, finally, done talking. What a boring aside. Wait.
Jump, jump.
Doesn't work.
I was watching the what's it called? Oni Plays channel the other night, and they were playing the Rugrats game that came out fairly recently that has like you can switch between NES styled or hand-drawn styled graphics. And when they were in the hand-drawn style, anytime you move Tommy, his mouth opens slightly, and so Chris would like take a baby step and like have Tom like ventriloquist with Tommy, like, hey, look at me, I'm talking, and stuff like that. And the way you were just sort of jittering Alan back and forth made me think of that.
I do enjoy Oni. He's got some funny stuff.
There was one bit where they were climbing into a tree while in the foreground Stu was flipping burgers, and it flips up right at like their head level on the branch, and he's like, "Hey, watch this!" And the burger flips up, and we went, "Oh!"
I just got a manuscript page, and that was it.
It's always weird when you drive through little shrubs and stuff.
they're immaterial?
Yeah, they have no collision. I was watching this guy,
I'm no visitor.
it was like roller coaster tycoon sort of game where they
I
just
was
make
early.
these
I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Well, there were some earlier residents in the area. The true genesis of the town of Bright Falls came with the founding of the Bright Falls Mining Company and the opening of the Bright Falls coal mine in 1878. Although the work was hard and dangerous, many immigrants, Germans, Poles, Italians, Finns, and Swedes, among others, worked the mines.
Working poles in the mine? Man. Times were tough.
I like how the nice car is the only one you didn't completely wreck.
While lucrative at first, the mining steadily declined in the 20th century. The seams were rich but hard to get at, and the volcanic activity in the area made the mine shafts particularly dangerous. Don't you hate when you're digging for rocks, you find a volcano,
That's why you never mine straight down.
and darn lava?
In 1970, a volcanic eruption below Cauldron Lake, while relatively minor, caused most of the deep mining tunnels to collapse or flood. 32 miners lost their lives in the calamity, and all mining around Bright Falls came to a final stop. Now many of the remaining buildings are protected as historical landmarks.
32 miners. Where were their parents?
They were unaccompanied miners.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me.
What is your plan here?
The noon sun turned
I
the
don't
place into
know.
a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have
Hey,
done to her.
Edgelord,
I
save it for
imagined
the
her dead.
manuscript.
I had no way of knowing she was still alive.
Maria.
It was killing me.
You're not sick at
I
all.
was running on blind hope.
of you.
It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
It was all a ruse to get you out here in the middle of the night so the Dark Man can get you.
No!
Wait,
Where the hell are you?
change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by
you
you.
want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello?
Don't keep me waking, wait.
I'm gonna kill him!
Well,
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
That was dramatic.
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
I'm not sure what he was talking about.
The darkness. There's a button.
There's nothing else in here. It's a very red thing.
So you need to. Oh, you have no cardio. You can't ground pound it.
No more revolver ammo.
The caution signs
Playing Zelda,
everywhere.
but lurking. Welcome, cool nerd. Thanks for the lurk.
Lurking. Alright.
Uh-oh, things got wiggly.
There's a page on the ground.
Another revolver. It wants me to have revolver ammo.
In the immortal words of the engineer, if that don't work, use a gun. If that don't work, use more. All these dang communists with their hammers and sickles.
I'll take that.
It's a very threatening minecart.
Woo!
It's a
Where'd it
very
go?
threatening crankshaft.
I mean, if a crankshaft actually flew at you that fast, yeah. Very threatening. Very easy to die.
Oh yeah, but usually if a crankshaft is coming at you that fast, it's not the crankshaft that's dangerous, it's the train.
It's true. Yeah. They don't normally get tossed by shadow ghosts. They got confused.
Alan just looking back at her, just while flashing the
Yeah, it's
light
like-
at the guy.
And they like turned around like, huh? What? Oh, there you are. Are there any bad guys out here? Hello?
Oh no,
Oh no! An evil crankshaft.
You're gonna get shafted, Alan.
I think it is attacking me again. I'm confused. It's like inside. That's what was happening.
I think there's like multiple deadly objects in there. It's an oven. It's a stove. You're cooked, Alan.
What a silly thing.
What the hell?
Oh no!
It's Treble.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
You say that so casually.
Don't lick it.
When all else fails,
It'd be funny if it would let you like kind of ram over it.
Yeah.
But I think it's treating it like a wall.
I guess it depends on how insulated your tires are.
Boop. Boop.
Hooray for vehicular homicide! Man, I don't remember this level of Twisted Metal.
Whee! Oops, I missed.
Hey, you missed, pal.
There we go.
I'm sure speedrunners just like actively avoid encounters.
Probably.
It's just kind of funny to think about. Just like, the darkness is coming for you. Hey, come back!
Just run. But now all the bad boys come out.
That's scary minecart.
Uh-oh. 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 I mean, it worked to do that. Whoa, they're still throwing crap at me.
Later, losers.
Saved all my ammo, you know?
If it works, it works.
Here, feet.
Who is that tip-tapping over my bridge?
It's sentient furniture trying to kill you. Like, doesn't that look like a
Evil
chair that would
chair.
want to hurt you? It does!
And we don't appreciate you just abandoning our ambush back there. We worked hard on that ambush.
Sorry, man, I just didn't have time. See, I'm writing a book. This guy told me he has to read the last chapter. He's gonna... said he'd kill my wife.
What are you gonna do?
The fans. Gotta make them happy.
Still don't trust you, chair.
Evil chair.
This coal museum really appreciates the Second Amendment.
Yeah. Please pick up a complimentary package of bullets on your way in.
More bullet?
Sorry, just resetting myself here. Things that should blow up, but probably don't in this game. But I don't know that. This looks like a room and furniture might attack me in. No.
Man! Get some originality, Darkness. We can't make jokes about dudes.
Little skinny dude's trying to kill me? Come on. Come on.
It's not as funny as crankshafts. Oh, why'd you do that?
Look directly into the flashlight.
I start screaming and hissing and having little orange sparks fly off me. The thinking chair.
Another one. But no coffee. It is interesting.
I'm sure there's a thematic reason for it. Ugh, yellow
Oh,
paint.
I never read this one. Wake touched by the dark
Some of the
presence.
taken seemed echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the dark presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
Inappropriately.
In a place or in a way that made him feel uncomfortable.
Good old Sonic.
Nope. The land of 10,000 nopes.
I just assumed it was bad guys. Like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
You didn't see the shadow?
Well, I saw the shadow as it was coming down, but like, when it started the rumbly sound, I'm like, just gonna go inside. If it's bad guys, I'll shoot them in here. But that dude's come out now. Oh, the lights went out. That's what they're setting you up for.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
You don't know that.
Maybe they had Grenade Man on the staff.
It looks like it wants me to go that way.
I mean, that's where
That's what the group is.
yeah, this is the weirdest Splatoon map I've ever seen.
Cleaning up this town.
Super Mario Sunshine looks a lot different than I remember.
Yeah, a little darker, a little grimmer. I have to save my wife.
I mean, that's the plot of every Mario game anyway.
Yeah, it's true. But it's his girlfriend, the princess. Ew. Wouldn't it be nice if you ran into poop in public, that you could just shine a flashlight on
I
it
think you've said this
and it would
before.
go away? I might have, but it would be so nice. I'm just reminded again the convenience of a power like that.
Oh man, Johnson took his shadow dog for a walk again.
Hey guys, did I miss the ambush?
Oh no! You guys always start without me.
I've been here, Jerry. Maybe I could have stopped the rider.
Oh. Oh, I was like, what is this animation?
I guess when you're a big man, there's a lot of darkness to fill in space. Seems like getting headshots on him should clear him up faster or something.
Would be nice. Nice throw.
See ya, Jerry.
Were there any more bullets back here? They probably cut you off? Yeah, they did.
No backtracking for you, Mr. Wade.
Darn it. Not where all the free bullets were. Yeah, it would be interesting to see a speed run. I bet people just, like you said, skip everything. You just run past it all. You have to be able to balance out your horrible ability to run, though.
Not a dark bird, just a normal bird.
I was ready. I was gonna flash him. Which way?
I can't help it. It's so beautiful. I wonder how much Energizer paid for that product placement.
We'll go ahead and go up.
Ooh, yellow paint.
Where?
On the, you gotta illuminate that beam to the right. Then left. Yeah, right there. What is it? I didn't make out what it said.
There's nothing to say.
Just a dot.
Just letting you know there's something. There's more yellow here, implying it's in here. There it is. What do we got? Flashbangs. Nice. Hurry up.
Weapon get.
Sounds like someone breathing.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Oh. Just use one flashbang, and it was pretty effective too.
Net gain.
Yeah.
Textbook case of insanity.
Ah, nice and healthy. Some shotgun ammo. No batteries allowed.
You're all batteried out.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
You can upgrade your shotgun, I guess. Now you can go. And everyone knows going is better.
Just let people know you mean business.
I remember I was watching this guy doing an animation of Shadow, and he had like a assault rifle, and he does the with, and it's like you don't do that with that kind of gun, but it's still funny. Ow. Go away. It's a very suspicious spool of wire there. It's gonna get you. You know, for being in the woods in the middle of the night, it's awfully bright. Even without you using your flashlight.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
The graveyard shift echoes kills you.
He's a fast one.
He's the speedy boy.
He's almost broken.
Oh, you broke me.
Come here.
Tell he meant business because he has like the mom's knife.
He's the big one. I shot him off the cliff.
Textbook case. All right.
Batteries. And a checkpoint. Oh, so nice, the healing. I'm just looking for like the yellow paint and stuff. Resources.
You're pretty much out of handgun bullets, aren't you?
Yeah. Know
The
pretty
place
much
was
about
dead.
it.
A ghost
He's
town.
gone.
Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Okay.
Donkey Kong's around here.
Landed. what are the chances it managed to land on top of me? Thankfully, I'm pretty sturdy. Car flying out of nowhere lands
See,
on
the
me.
thing
I'm
is, if
okay.
the car is able to go flying like that, it must actually be fairly light.
It must be. Built for just such an occasion as this.
No, see, the whole thing is that when the darkness saturates it to make it float like that, it also makes it lighter.
Grey Peak Gorge. Originally founded in 1928, the Grey Peak Gorge mining town was one of the permanent settlements of the Bright Falls Mining Company built for its workers. The nearby graveyard is a testament to the dangers the miners face on a daily basis. Most of the men who lost their lives over the years here were buried there, a grim reminder to be careful for those who remained. Grey Peak Gorge was abandoned almost overnight when the Bright Falls Mining Company closed its doors in 1970.
So it wasn't a century, Alan, you hack.
He messed up.
Here I thought writers did their research.
Bold assumption.
Well, we already knew Alan was a hack. I mean, have you seen his writing?
Look, man, he's on vacation. He's not here to write right now. His darn wife tricking him into bringing the typewriter to work while he's on vacation. Honey, I just thought you'd help make us more money instead of having fun. I told you, Alice. I don't want to do that. And now I get attacked by furniture and dumpsters. This is gonna hurt.
That's the trash can. Feel free to visit it any time. You know, those barrels are actually, even if they're empty, they're pretty good. The fact that Mr. No Cardio over here can nudge them along is kind of impressive. My man, just get while the getting's good. No, I can't rest as long as I know
There's a
this
living
rail
mine
car is
guard.
alive.
It's an abomination.
I'll tell you what's an abomination, that Dark Entity's pathing.
You don't know what's up.
Quick, Alan, break out your soaps. Go grind in the rails. Alan, Adventure 2 Battle.
What would the Chow in this world look like?
Is that a whole dang train? That motive is loco.
Anything else? I'm actually using my batteries now. I've been full on batteries for ages, so I figured I'd be a little more generous with the usage. Come on, the twain.
Maybe the windmill would like to jump up and attack me.
Maybe so. Safe haven.
I needed a key for the door.
Safe haven. You're not invited. Oh, cozy.
And then the stove jumps up.
Anything outside of riding is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through,
I don't know if I
wearing
want
the
the hunting
flesh of
rifle.
men
I've
as
got so many
disguise.
more shotgun bullets.
Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
Plagiarist!
I'll just take a little influence here. A little bit of inspiration from you.
It's like, Al, my man, I get you steal the best things from other people to develop your own style, but...
But do you have to be so blatant?
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
Bet he can't even kill my wife. He doesn't even know how to spell. Dare you to try. Whoa.
Textbook case! It is funny Alan doesn't even comment on seeing himself on TV.
Like, oh yeah, I've seen this one.
I've seen this one. It's a classic.
Birds.
Boys.
Hey man, what you got getting birds? Pretty cool. You know, you get serious when the ambience goes away. Alright guys, now call all at once like we practiced. Hello, Troll Hunter.
Hello. There we go. I killed just enough birds. I was like, okay, I'm done. Troll Hunter Cousins. Is this a literal cousin for you?
I don't know, I don't recognize the name.
I don't. Oh, birdies on my 6.
I'm happy to have them here at Lebanon.
I think actually, Troll Hunter. I think you were the one who was watching us do some Alan Wake a couple weeks back,
Ah, that would make sense.
if I'm remembering correctly. Regardless, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy yourself.
Danger.
Danger! Don't go in here. Okay. Oh, oops.
It's been months and you guys still haven't finished the game, and I finished the game over the weekend.
Yeah, we took a little bit of a break because we were doing some Ghost Trick.
We were right near the end, so we finished that off and didn't have time to pick up the Alan in between.
Yep, but we finished Ghost Trick last weekend, so here we are, Alan Waking. Did you enjoy your playthrough? Let's go to Cauldron Lake.
What the hell is Ghost Trick? It was another game we were playing about a ghost who does tricks.
It's a really good game. It's really story-centric. It was on the DS or 3DS, yeah. And it was very well done. A very fun story. Who is talking to me? If you're here to ask me to write another book, so
Very
help me!
self-explanatory.
So help me!
It's called Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, and you play as a phantom detective who does ghost tricks.
Yes. It's a... I wouldn't call it really... It's the genre is hard to nail down. It's a lot of motion stuff where it's like you're interacting with different objects to make them
It's a
do...
it's a visual novel with puzzle game elements.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it. And the puzzle game was originally designed for 3DS or DS, so
Touch
it's...
screens.
Yeah, so they had to adapt it to make it work for PC, but I think it worked pretty well. Don't tell me the rocks are alive.
Man, I am really enjoying a game. I've got a guy called Alan who is away. Ah, dang, we got a bot chat. Oh, figures. It figures we finally get someone show up and start chatting, and that's when the bots come out of the way. Ain't that just the way? Oh no, the bots are here. That's a horror. Ugh, the darkness always bringing all its bots.
There we go.
So I don't know if you saw, we're watching, Nerd was playing Sonic Adventure last week.
I saw a little bit, but I'm not sure if it was last week that I was watching.
But Sonic Adventure 2, and he was in Meteor Herd with Knuckles, and he was climbing a wall when all of a sudden there was a bot, and so he stopped to kill the bot, and he says, "Mods, kill that guy," and like immediately after he said that and was distracted with chat, a meteor just falls down and smites Knuckles. Just perfect timing. I'll have to show
great.
you the clip later. It was wonderful.
Classic.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
You know, if I had wandered into a random mine shaft and all of a sudden was caved in, I'd be more worried about being trapped forever.
Yeah.
Because if the authorities are out for my blood, they're certainly not going to help. Or maybe you could STFU, Alan.
Look, he's a writer. This is what he does. He does dialogue.
Elevator go up. Elevator stop.
Good thing it spins just right.
Otherwise, you might actually have to do some platforming.
Do I look like an Italian plumber to you?
It's just couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Have I mentioned I'm a writer? Actually. It's
No.
rare.
Maybe.
Oh, there. Had to find the next way up.
Oh, it's a silver mine, not a coal mine. They were mining for coal and
Ew.
silver right next to each other. Silver and coal, silver and coal.
I can't wait to get my wife a beautiful piece of coal for Christmas.
Okay, Krampus.
Look, we mined for it. It's got to be valuable.
It's I owe you 1 diamond.
Someday.
But I'm gonna be a diamond someday.
I can't tell. Perspective is hard to...
Oh, you're the one moving it. I thought it was a cutscene at first.
No.
Why are all of these switches connected to the same elevator? That seems very inefficient. What happens when 2 guys are on separate levels going against each other?
Actually, I just realized I came back. This is the same area I was in before. Recognize it?
Yeah, I guess so.
I wasn't paying enough attention. Oh. Wait.
You know what I just realized?
What? Oh, I see. I understand. I wasn't... Oops. There.
It is literally a loop, but
Yeah, it's an intentional loop.
so then you bring the elevator.
Yeah, I was like... Because I was like in the middle of talking.
Neuron activate.
Doing the whole Alan Wake monologue.
But I was just gonna say, this game, the real horror is being an urbanite out in the elements.
I mean, I'd be afraid being in a collapsing coal mine where steam engines are attacking me. I would be afraid.
Some say it's not a loop, it's a spiral. Uzumaki.
World of Horror, if you haven't played it, is a very good game. Speaking of Uzumaki, it's inspired by Junji Ito's work. It's very well done.
I was gonna say it's good game design, but then I realized flares are naturally colored that way.
So good game design is just picking objects that are colorful to include in your game. They don't normally shine or flash, though.
Well, just the fact that the bright orange stands out from the environment, so your eye is drawn to it. You need to play that game. You bought it months ago and never even opened it. World of Horror?
He says, yeah. He says he has it. I don't think I should hop off here. It looks like a way to be dead.
Love cosmic horror.
Yeah, it's my kind of thing, too. It's good. Like, so World of Horror is very easy to, like, pick up and put down. So, like, don't feel intimidated by, like, oh, I'm going to have to get started on this. And,
It's kind of like, well, it's a roguelike. But
Yeah.
I think of, like, Faster Than Light or whatnot.
well, it's
FTL.
like, I mean, it's run-based and story. So
Oh, there's a door right there.
I think I came from there.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just need to go down. So I came from mine. Not more Boyds.
I actually had an idea for a superhero that's like a eldritch being that is benevolent and wants to be friendly, but he has to be careful because he could break the universe just by messing with it too much. And so he can drive people insane by looking at him too much. And so he has to go roundabout ways of working with things. Do you think text and low poly are good ways to portray cosmic horror? Movies just couldn't get it right. Well, half of it is it does require your own imagination wondering about the possibilities, and so letting the more detailed something becomes, the harder it is for your brain to fill in the gaps itself. And the more gaps your brain has to fill, the easier it is for your imagination to be horrified by its own creations.
That's the thing. That's the reason why in horror movies you don't even see the monster fully until later on, unless it's like a slasher. The reason it doesn't matter for slashers is because the appeal is in the gore. It's not about the creepiness of the monster. The build to confronting the horrifying evil thing is what is actually scary. Unintentionally show my flashlight those, but I'll take it.
Your idea of a superhero is a guy who shoots greedy corporate CEOs, especially in the healthcare industry.
I have an idea for a
I
superhero.
understand you're a fan of Luigi's Mansion.
It's a bizarre case. Like, so he gets away clean, and the authorities say that they found his backpack and like clothes and stuff in like a park somewhere. And then he shows up days later at McDonald's wearing the same stuff, like it's including his backpack and the murder weapon and stuff.
I have a feeling it's a what you call a setup where they just picked a patsy.
They might have. I don't know. It's crazy.
You have never seen a guy who is this fine. It is true. The guy is ripped, which is kind of weird.
Let's just go with the pistol. Ow. Excuse me.
Never bring a knife to a gunfight. He gets some points just for that.
Oh no, he's hot.
Well,
Excuse me.
that's unfortunate. Shit. Master of wordplay there,
Yes.
Alan.
Oh no. Yeah. My idea for a superhero is Helicopter Hank. He's a man who can spin the upper half of his body so fast he can fly like a helicopter, but he gets dizzy when he does it and throws up all over the place every time he flies. He gets really disoriented.
Makes as much sense as helicopter butt.
Yeah. It really wants me to have the hunting rifle.
Oh no, what will I do? The darkness monologues to self for 5 minutes. Hello, Kit. How you doing?
I got stuck up against the wall there and made for a good way for them to sneak up on me. How many bullets do I have with the hunting rifle now? If I were to do that. 14? I guess I can do this for a little bit.
You are eating salad.
One salad.
So you're going to be healthier than Alan.
Stay away! I have light!
Beware the red. Fluffy Puff red flavored light source.
See, I just skipped all the guys and just threw crap on the ground. It's the way to do it.
Cauldron Lake, the 8th deepest lake in the world. 8th. And what a record. Cauldron Lake is a caldera lake formed in a volcanic crater. The volcano itself could be considered to be active, but it has not erupted since the volcanic earthquakes of 1970. And even then, the underground activity was comparably mild. Despite some property damage, there were no casualties. Cauldron Lake is one of the most beautiful spots in the Bright Falls area, as well as a central figure in many local folktales. It is a popular recreational area for the area residents.
The 8th deepest lake in the world,
Now
and
wait-
one of the top 50 states of the United States.
Gotta love an overly narrow superlative. Didn't they say earlier that the volcanic activity killed some of the miners, or am I thinking, was that earlier?
That might have just been mining, like not necessarily the volcano. It was just like it proved too dangerous. People died there, but it doesn't necessarily mean it was like the volcano erupted and killed people,
Yeah,
which
fair
is a little
enough.
different, you know.
I guess, if we're being semantical.
I don't think it wants me to go up here.
So, of course.
But geometric shapes.
Rock. It's not just a boulder, it's a rock.
Did that come from there?
I think so.
Okay. I just want to climb places.
Monkey brain.
You understand.
I don't.
Gee, I hope this bridge doesn't get wobbly.
I couldn't walk on a bridge like this.
I could. Until I couldn't. I mean, I would start, and if I fell off, I mean...
Well, I'm
What'd
just
you do?
saying, I was, me and Mom were crossing a big, concrete road bridge the other day. Yeah, it was just this Monday. And there was we were out looking at some barges on the river. And there was, the big heavy bars, and she leaned against one and it was wobbly, and I was just like, nope. Even though, comparatively the whole bridge, there wasn't anything about it that should have set off any kind of acrophobia. Just the fact that the guardrail was wobbly was enough to make me
You're
go,
like, okay. No thanks. Oh no.
I am not acrophobic, I am acrocautious.
Been saving my big bullets. Using my little ones.
You hate actobats? Yes, acrophobic.
look.
I have a fear of
Yellow.
acrobats. Aw. Is that a Squirm quote?
Are they playing a creepy game? It's kind of creepy, but not too bad. It's mostly,
The thing is that anything that's creepy can be funny if you play it with the right people. And we're playing it with the right people. So that it's funny.
Really, honestly, I don't think a kid would get a whole lot of the creepier, like, the mind games that this game is trying to pull.
They kidnapped my wife. What?
Well, I even think just the concept of eldritch horror is beyond the innocence of a child.
Too much for the child's brain to comprehend.
Well, I mean, but that's the thing. It's like, it's ironically, it is the comprehension that makes it creepy.
Yeah. It's funny, I didn't really start understanding horror until, you know, I was probably 12. What am I kicking? This? Oh, that. I was so confused, the angle was very... Anyway. I played a Jurassic Park game when it was on Sega Genesis, and it wasn't scary at all until the very end, where the T-Rex suddenly appears over a waterfall and starts chasing you.
Yeah.
And it's like, ah! And it was just like that adrenaline moment of knowing I have to somehow survive this thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what did it for me. But, so that was creepy. I miss you, Tom. Did you write this? Tom. I curse you, Thomas Zane. Tom. CN and TZ. You talk to me on TV, Tom.
You didn't really understand horror until you started watching some old LPs of the Silent Hill series.
I wasn't even really watching. My parents got me a PlayStation 1 for Christmas, and it came with a whole bunch of bootleg games back in the day with the person they bought it from. And so it was just literally names of titles like written on discs.
Cynthia Welver plus Thomas Zane.
Or Weaver.
Weaver.
Wiener.
Wiener. Cynthia Wiener. Yes. I seen Squirm got a hold of the keyboard.
Thirsty shit.
Yeah, high school have taco. She did not die for this.
For the disrespect.
But yeah, you were playing the bootleg games.
Oh yeah, that's right. And I made it through the opening where it was like, this might have disturbing scenes. I was like, yeah, whatever. I played a little bit through the intro, and it's like, you know, you crash in the city and your daughter's gone from the car, and you start walking around and you encounter these like ripped apart corpses on the ground,
Yeah.
and these little dudes with knives start chasing you and stab you to death, and you wake up in a diner. It was a bit intense for an 11, 12-year-old, so let's do this, and let's go ahead and switch to a flashback. I think this will be a good use of it.
I'm not trapped in here with you.
How did that not?
Reduced to cinders.
To shreds, you say?
What about his wife?
To shreds, you say?
My earliest memory of like,
Ow! What a
something that really like freaked me out.
I can't shoot
To
anybody.
shreds, you say? To something I remember as like that really freaked me out, like as a kid, that gave me nightmares, was there was this old freeware game for the PC, Cosmos Cosmic
Oh
Adventures.
yeah, I've got that.
Yeah, and how at the end of the freeware bit, you fall down a pit and get eaten by a crocodile, and that's supposed to transition to the next level as like being one of those inside the monster levels. But since it was freeware, it's like you gotta pay to continue the story, and so I just ended the game on getting eaten. And it's a pretty scary like scene of like falling, like it pans to like a first-person view of falling in its mouth. And so for years I had nightmares about that. I was like 8 or so. And so that was like the first time that something really freaked me out, like horror-wise. And it wasn't even like horror.
Ow. not.
But
I had creepy nightmares as a kid that didn't make any sense. Oh, come on now.
you almost got wombo comboed.
They somehow avoided even getting affected by my flares.
A lot of things spooked me as a kid, but one thing was a portable AT Games Genesis console Sci Guy got me, and there was a game on it called The Ooze. Yeah, I could see The Ooze being a scary game. Your earliest horror moment that gave you nightmares was that man in the beat suit doing some homosexual activities in The Shining. It was just so random. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. The bear suit.
I'm trying to remember. I've seen The Shining a few times, but it has been a while. Yeah, The Shining's a tough one for a young kid. Funny story. I live near a town where the actor for Danny in The Shining grew up and went on to become a college professor.
Yeah.
And he teaches at the community college near here.
Huh.
Yep.
That's neat.
He decided acting wasn't for him and decided to go be a professor.
If it works, it works.
But he doesn't like to talk about his acting stuff very much because he pretty much did Danny in,
Yeah.
The Shining, and that was it. And he was like, that's not it for me. He was a child. But unfortunately, that's like what he's known for.
Imagine peaking at 12.
Danny's not here, Mrs. Torrance.
Within this location is a male Homo sapiens who goes by the name Johnny.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
Not necessarily.
I just had to go to this other place in the dark through the woods yet again. Where that light was.
It is interesting,
I
though,
was close
what
now. I
messes
had to
with a
get there
kid's head and what
fast.
doesn't.
I had to
Because
ready what I could find.
you know the story. I don't know if anyone, and I'm sure some people in chat know the story. But when I was a little kid, my dad was playing Doom on the PC, and I was watching him. And at one point, I went up to him and was like, "Hey, Dad, let's play Bang Boom Shoot People." And apparently, I just really liked watching him play Doom. He's like, "I better not do that anymore."
So, another funny thing. My brother, Simon. So, back when I was in early college age, I think it's college at that point. It was either college or late high school. I was playing Condemned 2. And that's a pretty creepy game. It's first-person horror. You're running around fighting supernatural creatures and meth heads and all this kind of stuff. And then he'd sit down and watch me play that. And then one time he came to watch me play Resident Evil 4 on the Wii, back when that was a thing. Oh, we got a cutscene. I guess I'll hold tight for just a second. I'll tell you the rest of the story.
We gotta listen to the pretentious writing.
Wait! Come back!
ATM, there's no place like home, there's no place like home!
Where are you going?
What happens if you get to this point and you have no flares?
Alan was like wanting to skydive with the flare so it looked cool. He grabbed it right before it threw him off the edge. It was like flying with style through the air.
I'm tired of this. Has Neo Cheese seen the Vine Sauce corruption where Ashley's ballistics goes off? I'll have to show it that. It's pretty funny. Alan Brown.
So, I guess I can get back to the story since I believe this is a chapter break. Yeah.
End of episode 3.
So, what happened, I was playing Resident Evil 4, and he came upstairs, and he was like 3, maybe 4. And I was like, hey, Simon, you probably don't want to watch me play this. It's really scary. And he goes, it's okay. I was like, all right. you can sit down with me. And it was at the moment that you first encounter the guy with the chainsaw, and I screwed up on my first time fighting the guy with the chainsaw, so he chops my head off. And Simon just goes, huh, Michael? I was, yeah? Why'd your head fall off? I was like, well, the bad guy chopped it off with the chainsaw. And he goes, I don't like it when your head falls off. I was like, yeah, me neither, Simon. I'm going to try to beat him this time, okay? He's like, all right. So, he was not bothered. Not a problem. I also approached it from a very matter-of-fact, like, I wasn't afraid. He didn't need to be afraid. I've got other younger siblings who were older than him who had decided to instead reinforce things he was kind of creeped out by for a joke, because that's what
Older brothers do.
Kids do this sort of thing. So, my brother Caleb, he knew that for whatever reason, Simon had watched Alice in Wonderland. And I believe it was the live action one, but they had the white rabbit or whatever. And it was creepy. The puppet for the white rabbit was creepy. So, that uncanny, like, ugh, it just looked nasty. Anyway, Simon was kind of afraid of that. So, Caleb, whenever he felt like getting Simon to do something, he'd be like, oh, do you hear that? He's like, what is it? He would like, I think I hear hopping. Like, listen really close, and he goes, I think it's in there. And he'd go, no, don't bring me in there. He'd bring Simon into like the closet and close the door. And then he would hop around outside the closet and go, making rabbit sounds. And he'd be like, no! Freaking out. So, for a couple of years, my brother Simon was fine with people's heads getting chopped off by zombies, but he couldn't take fuzzy white rabbits. It's really scared of them. It was a very strange thing. So, yeah, there's different approaches, and people are going to behave differently and respond differently depending on how you react to.
Well, me and Kit, we stream together on Mondays, and Squirm comes down and watches the games we play sometimes before he goes to bed. And we were playing Rain World, and we were in the part with the daddy longlegs being really creepy and eating you alive and being all slurpy weird. Yeah. And he was just watching us play through Rain World, and he's like, huh. Okay, it just didn't bug him at all. But one time, me and Nerd were playing Super Mario 64, and we get to King Bob-omb's like, oh no, it's the bad guy. And he's like, no! Just because we were acted like, oh, that's the bad guy, we gotta be careful, and that set him off, and it's interesting the way that works.
Just can't blame him. Furries terrify me too. Yeah, this one was a really bad, creepy one.
Amanda is a scary version of Dora the Explorer. To me, says Curtis Ashby.
Oh wow, we actually made it to the end of the song. I'm not sure if we're going to keep going. Do you want to keep going with Alan Wake, or do you want to switch to Amanda the Adventurer?
Seems like chat's interested in Amanda, at least YouTube chat.
Well, one person, Mr. Curtis Ashby, is at least mentioning
Furries
Amanda.
Terrify me too.
But yeah, I guess I'd be fine with either one. If you guys have a preference, we can keep going with Alan Wake, or we can switch to Amanda the Adventurer.
We are at your mercy, chat.
We can do some creepy point and click, inspired by like Sonic Schoolhouse,
Dora the Explorer,
and Dora the Explorer. But yeah, it kind of looked like that to me too. It looked sort of like creepy Dora the Explorer with Sonic Schoolhouse.
Wake, Alan, wake, says Troll Hunter.
We can keep waking for a bit, I suppose.
I got nothing against that.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true.
Supposedly
the genre of the story
wrote.
seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Get into the water with you. Who pulled me out of the water?
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice.
If your wife is talking to you with the voice of the Legion.
Alice, what happened to you?
You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
I don't know that I trust someone who's staring at me with wide open, dim, big ol' eyes. You talked about the ooze. It was really the opening cutscene and how unfortunate the situation is, as well as the title screen that happens immediately after. And I wasn't even afraid of the situation myself as much as the guy it happens to lurking around. It was the first time you ever had to sleep with the lights on.
Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb.
Great
I felt like this was
work.
happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
But at least there was a natural wood cabin.
Wait
all
a
around me
second.
with wood furniture.
Wait a
no
second.
wood lamp.
This is the
with wooden light
island
bulbs.
again.
The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
What's up, Doc?
Good
No,
evening,
no,
Alan.
it isn't. This is the
Are we
clinic,
feeling
apparently.
better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Just right. You found your wife and lived
Yeah.
happily ever after.
Be right back.
This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't
The
here
engaging
right
new
now.
book by
Just
Emil
people
Hartman,
out for a fishing
PhD,
trip,
the author of the best-selling
except for
Creative
the ones
Flow.
who are
His
particularly
groundbreaking techniques,
vulnerable,
engagement
of course.
therapy, and the flow explained in his own word. Now available in bookstores across the country. See, so that's what he's doing. He's draining your writing talent for his own nefarious purposes.
You just want to sell a book. Night Springs.
The video game.
Death Rally.
Is there?
That's funny. There's an Xbox.
Has there ever been a Twilight Zone video game? I just wondered that.
I don't think so.
Ooh, candy.
I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
That's how I drain their creative juices.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together.
Death Rally is Remedy's first game.
This way,
Okay,
Alan.
that's cool.
Oh, that's neat. I did not know that. Some paint.
Some canvases they don't let you see the other side of. Cowards.
So I guess they developed Death Rally here when they were visiting with the doctor, trying to find their creative flow.
This is a big elevator.
Now,
Big old
Alan,
wood
from
elevator,
past
wood
experience
buttons,
with
and
you,
wood-
I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So
They're
I'm
taking
just
the whole
going to say
rustic
this.
thing a bit too far.
Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state
like,
until you
no.
understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you.
All right.
Later, loser.
Sounds like you're
Alice
You're on top
drowned,
of things.
just like Ben.
thought he was gonna let me escape.
Boy, just you wait until it's night and I can't tell you
Go
apart
this
from
way,
the
Alan.
shadow people.
I
If
wasn't
you
ready
turn
for
that
this.
light on in your
So I
car,
went along with it.
it's
I
mine.
had to be lying. But under the
Because
influence
I
of the
can
drug
drive
that had hit
any
me,
car
I
with
had
the
to
light
believe
on
it
inside
was.
it.
You've never read Ben Drowned.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth.
What happened to all the
Unless we
deputies?
fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind?
No.
You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Yeah, just the fact that he's talking like this is enough to set off warning bells. Beyond the shadow you settle for, there's a miracle illuminated.
Thomas
Zane.
Zane.
In the memory of a dear friend and a poet.
Timmis Zane.
Timmis.
I like that.
Timmis Zane.
I want to name a character Timmis in the future.
Timmis. Mr. Timmis. I read Ben drown without getting scared. I read Ben drown without drowning. Okay, Ben. Man, this guy's ticking me off, and we barely known him.
Of this view, very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake.
Very inspiring, isn't
I could
it?
see Mirror Peak on the other side of
Your
the
wife drowned,
I thought
Alan.
I could make out the spot where
The
divers
horrors of the zone.
Don't make
dive
this
Alice.
harder than it
Now
has
there
to
was
be.
nothing but waves.
He's Italian.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny.
Hey,
you don't
there's a
recall
storm
there being
coming.
a mention of that in the weather
The
forecast.
horrors of Majora's
Well,
Mask.
no matter. This way. Follow me.
Creepypastas
Do you
are
wonder
weird,
why he's
man.
walking
Alan,
around
what I'm telling you
doing
is good news.
the Italian
Right
thing?
now we're in control.
I gotta get into
Every
fun.
time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not
Darkness.
surprising, considering
No
your
parents.
imagination
Kingdom
is what
Hearts.
you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
let him talk.
After all,
Pickman
I'm the one
obviously
trying
loved
to
his
bring
own
you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed for
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I
I
can't
dug
do
my
it
nails
by
into the
myself.
palms of my hands to stay
You need to
focused.
work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside.
I like
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed.
I like
by
the
my
way the
trophies
orderly
when
just
you
stands
first
there like
arrived
this.
here. I
So
do love to
lobotomized.
hunt.
Hey, I'm watching
Great
you.
outdoors.
Where's the shotgun when you need
versus
one?
nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Oh, listen, they got me here.
Yeah, that's right. I
Emerson.
got you. I'm a real
They got
bad
me
dream,
here.
mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay. Sorry. No.
that's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say.
Namaste.
He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike. Ooh,
It's
yeah.
trash, of course, but it
Hey,
does
that's the Bit
involve
Trip Runner
some
guy on his
small
shirt.
creative effort, which
That's
makes him
funny.
receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
So it's implied that the guy with the video game stuff upstairs is him.
Yeah. My man's sounding like DC's Dr. Destiny.
Come, Alan, this way.
I'm listening to beautiful music.
It's an interesting transition from the Blue Damn to the Flight of the Valkyries. Took me a while to place the song. That orderly is like
You might
Watson.
have
He just
noticed
teleports
the
in front of
typewriter
you.
in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm
Look
coming.
chilly at.
Oh, what a storm. I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
This is my kind
And
of guy.
these
Oh, it's these guys.
two are the Anderson
The bikers from the
brothers,
beginning.
Odin and Tor. They had a, how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke
Does she
up,
just
they
sing to
lived on a
herself?
farm
That's not
nearby.
mental illness. That's just
They are,
autism.
well,
Wait.
in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Partied hard. Play with toy hammers.
No, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now.
Mjolnir's looking
Power
pretty
is
weak
cleaning
these
up.
days.
I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best.
My doctor.
And maybe we'll bring you some spaghetti.
My doctor. He wrote 7 bestsellers in a week. He became a millionaire and quit the clinic, leaving me to my own devices.
Clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah. Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the
There
sanest
is-
thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Where were you keeping that?
My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We have a stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Oh, I just noticed. Leather patches on the elbows? That's not very rock and roll.
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all. Taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens, what were they? Memory and thought, the hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
My wife and my
Oh,
vacation.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist, a god.
Nightmare shifted in their sleep in the darkness.
Wonder what kind of games
lake.
Mr. Dev Man back there makes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh,
She makes
I know what
sure
he
it
makes.
comes out
Alan Wake.
twisted and raw. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other writer.
She's been using you, boy. You let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
Paffa.
Nah, that was our Lord and Savior, Mr. Kojima.
So tired. Built the farm close to the lake. A place of power.
Welcome to Cauldron Lake Lodge. We're here to give you the specialized help you need. However, please observe the following. Please ask family and friends to schedule visits beforehand to ensure they don't interfere with your therapy and or periods of creativity. Also, please respect your fellow patients' need for privacy and personal space, especially when they're engaged by their creative processes.
Caught scanning some feet.
Be patient. Typically, our patients have long-term creative problems, and they won't be solved overnight. Give yourself permission to take the time you need. Bear in mind that you're voluntarily receiving treatment that has been specifically tailored for you. Engagement therapy and
Trademark.
its sister method, the flow.
Trademark.
Work best when you're actively engaged in shaping them. If you have any concerns, please don't hesitate to voice them.
I don't like that you have copyrighted or trademarked the flow.
The flow. I prefer the zone myself.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. The doc's got me looking after Wake here, but holler if they get too rowdy.
I'll do that, Birch.
Hey, Wake, why don't you
Doors
humor
were
Dr.
locked.
Hartman and
Hartman
give the
and the
writing a
nurses
shot,
had
huh?
keys, but there
Typewriter's
was
in
no
your
way
room.
to get my hands
You can
on
get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
He's sitting there talking.
I'll
I'll have to get the keys from the nurse.
He's like, hey, why don't you go upstairs and do some writing, eh? How about you go up there and do that? I'm going to have to get the keys from that nurse lady. They're on her apron. I'm going to have to rip them off. I'll take him one way or another.
I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow.
I'm on TV.
I can only focus
It's
on fighting.
me.
Everything else is a blur.
See, look, I'm on TV. There I am. There I am, Gary. There I am.
Dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be.
Ew, gross.
I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Like, seriously? Just sit down and write the worst thing you've ever seen. Have we looked at the QR code?
I mean, I can take a look if we
I
want.
think we might have, but go ahead. Yeah.
Camera.
This was such a thing back when it came out, because it was like, whoa.
Boop,
no.
boop, boop. Go to alanwake.com/tag3. Does that mean if you know that it's tag 1, tag 2, tag 3, you can just get all the tags without needing to find them in game?
It was the only thing I could do
With the knowledge of HTML.
Yeah. What's it say?
Constipation. That looks painful.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had
Painful.
been acting up.
Like
Maybe
Max
that was the reason for the
Payne? I don't get
generator
it.
and the work light on the balcony. The generator
It's like one of
hadn't been
those
activated,
demotivational
and there was no
things.
key.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I hope they cast the same guy for the Alan Wake movie TV show.
You know, it's wild. We're 10 years out from when he initially did this. 10 years.
Yeah, they might have to get a different guy depending on how he looks.
People change a lot in 10 years. At least they can. Back in video game room.
Screw writing. I'm going to start a Let's Play channel.
There's his game level design, I guess.
I'd play it. Oh, cool. He's showing off the mechanics.
Yeah. Shining flashlights at people. That's funny.
I'm willing to bet if you, I bet that's like the map of this area. If you like had like the strategy guide or whatever.
Maybe.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes.
Sam Lake drew this.
My hands began
I'm not
to
sure
shake
who Sam Lake is.
I'm probably one of the devs.
Feel free to tell me who it is.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
Sure, a man named after a tree.
Creator of the game.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Where the hell did he get a damn hammer?
He got it.
Oh, afraid of the crazy.
Here's a friendly
brothers,
poke
are ya?
from
Absolutely
Mjolnir.
no, Are we?
Sinclair looked back.
Oh, here.
That wasn't a love tap. The crazy
Well,
North
things
Park
are
was quiet.
unraveling
It shouldn't
fast.
have
Like
been.
a legit hammer.
Is all yours.
I tried to get to Hartman's
Seize
office.
your
He had taken
destiny.
all my manuscript pages. That's
It's
where he
my
was keeping them.
storm. I'm taking it. Come out and face the music.
End of Alan Wake 2 in the Control. He's the the mastermind behind Remedy. Gotcha.
I need to play Control still. It's on my list.
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made in his sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't believe that.
He's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work...
Clinically insane!
Not writing at all. He sits there for
How
hours,
sturdy is this
just
shit?
more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from
Not my waifu.
You don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so
He never listens to me. What's he talking about? I have no idea. I wasn't listening.
He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
You're at wit's
Well,
end. You
if you
should
can
get ice
just get
cream.
him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Later, cousins. Oh, you're gonna go to bed now and fantasize about that Luigi.
Have a good night.
See ya.
I guess you're at another part of the world, so it's only 2 p.m. here. I'd be an early bedtime for you. But hope you have a good one. Thanks for coming and hanging out.
See ya.
Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Huh.
Missed that page before.
Hartman wasn't happy. Maud could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Fascinating. Wait, go back. I want to see that picture.
This one?
No, left. Like right when you're leaving the door. When you're leaving in the hallway, there's a picture on the wall.
That one?
Yeah. It's an interesting shot.
It's a weird one.
Examine.
The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Let me out now. Just let me out! Hey, you think I can't hear you out there? I hear you just
Barry?
fine.
Ow! About time!
Barry, man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd...
That's cool, Barry. Bye.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
It is interesting that Barry is a grounding element that makes it clear that Al's not just
Alan,
nuts.
please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Ah!
I was gonna say, you generally don't want to be playing games with eldritch beings, but I guess if you feed your enemy to them. Oh.
Ew. I knew it would hurt.
Getting punched in the face by darkness. Oh, good. That was anticlimactic.
Lots of goop outside.
Oh no! Poltergeists!
I needed light to get those special bookshelves out of my way.
How are you even seeing if you need light? See, I don't think it's actually darkness. I think it's Phil, the Prince of Insufficient Light.
getting whacked by furniture.
Oh, nerd. I hope he meant the Mario brother. I have mixed feelings on the whole
And a
thing.
generator and a work light.
I think most people do. The Christian perspective, which is my perspective generally, is there are people out there who do bad things, and there's a bad system that's in place that hurts people and kills people. But at the same time, I don't think that intentional killing and murdering is okay. So it's, you know, it's a mixed one. But, you know, there's a reason people aren't mourning the guy.
Yeah. Well, my last job was working in medical selling, and I had to work with insurance a lot. And it was not fun. It was not a very good system. It's Drill Dozer. Death bad, murder bad, hot take, murder bad.
Yeah, I know.
It is like it does reach a boiling point of what can you do though when you
I
have
know.
all these people flaunting the system, where it's like neener, you can't do anything, and
They
I
know
have all
they're
the power.
Yeah, they know they're untouchable. They can do whatever they want. They got too much money. Yeah, it's basically, you know, a monopoly in so many ways.
And so it's like hot take, murder bad, but also what is an accessory to, I don't know, it's frustrating because that's like I don't like that it happened, but I don't know if, you know. And of course there's also the angle of what if this whole thing was a setup in other ways where, like, I heard something, and I don't know if it's true, that the guy was going to be a whistleblower in some sort of case, and so there's a convenient way to take him out and make it look good.
It could be. It's hard to know.
Sort of a Epstein didn't kill himself moment.
Right. And, you know, he started being CEO in 2019 or something, or 2021. It's one of those two.
That's like 3 years. Hardly
So-
enough time to be behind a lot of the
But
bureaucratic nonsense. Yeah.
right.
What happened to Gamer Guy in this orchestra? Why aren't you leaving? You have the tap open.
Oh yeah, you're right. Ow. Well, I'm gonna die.
It's no use! You know something? I was watching a guy. I'm watching a guy doing a let's play of the third Mario and Luigi game, where you get to play as Bowser. And there's a bit where the villain is flaunting that he's locked a bunch of doors and has he's hiding the keys, and Bowser's just like, I'll break the doors down. And I'm just thinking, yeah, you're Bowser, just break the doors down. But realistically, most doors, I think, even if they're locked, if you're desperate, you could break them.
Yeah, it just depends.
So it just seems kind of interesting that that it's sort of the insurmountable waist-high fence problem.
Yeah. Some other good stuff. Just that.
Now you have to have T on the ceiling. I think you have to use the flare to break that, maybe.
Maybe.
What happens if you waste it?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was wondering.
You have to kill yourself on the door. Time for the Twilight Zone. Also Paige. Being menaced by dark matter. Time to watch TV. You know, I love this movie, Tokyo Drift. Get the blue sparks.
All right.
I got half of it right.
So there's like commercials and stuff.
Want access to thousands of applications? Verizon Wireless has you covered. Check out the latest games. Discover new music.
How much did
and old
Verizon
favorites.
pay to put this
Social
in the
networking,
game?
sports scores, news. It's
Change
all
the
at
channel.
your
I want to
fingertips.
watch How to Serve
No
Man.
matter what you're into, Verizon Wireless can satisfy your never-ending appetite for apps.
Okay, skip
Check out
ad.
Vcast apps
Skip
and
ad.
Load up your phone.
Where's the button? I want to skip ad. This is why I got the Brave browser, to automatically skip ads. This stream sponsored by Brave. Oh, really? I thought for sure you were gonna have to duck into that little cubby. I think you have to. Well, you have to Toro it so that you can get past it. Toro. It's not gonna dive all the way down the hallway unless it's gonna have the chance to see you. There you go. Okay, see, it's this. I know Al's got no cardio, but even he should be strong enough to break through that.
Yeah, I know. Oh. I have to get it to joust hit those doors now.
You are such a beta male, Alan.
I'm here!
Okay.
It's no good. I can't break the guards. I gotta manipulate the dark power to do it for me.
Yeah.
I must perform the dark ritual. Pulls out a red cape. Toro!
Al, I'm over here! I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there!
Not the hedge
I grabbed the
maze!
light. Take this, Al!
I would climb the fence.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, God! Look at the house, Al! Look out!
Ew.
It's Luigi's Mansion! I hope the Norse gods got out okay. It was nice of the darkness to possess the gate so you could disintegrate it. Surely Barry has like a camera phone or something he can record this nonsense with.
Al, hurry up! I can hear those evil guys moving around!
Welcome to Pac-Man. Al, Uncle, or Weird?
Or a lad.
Well, it's like when It's like when you were playing Castlevania, and I was calling Alucard Al and Richter Rick. It's just fun.
My name's not Rick!
Please deposit battery. Bang, boom, shoot people.
If you can't, move the channel. We'll turn it off. We don't want any fighting. It makes me sad. You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day long.
It's the doctor. Oh no.
Ironically, he looks like he has more soul now. The birds! Is it the doctor or is it the orderly? I thought it was the orderly, but let's take him out in a nice and orderly fashion. This is one heck of a facility if it's got a garden this big.
Garden this big. Free bullets again.
Come, check your mental patients into our facility. Free bullet!
What a deal. This place really likes guns.
Half as many mass shootings as the next biggest clinic.
There we go. I broke the murder.
You're dancing around this cliff and all I'm thinking is clinically insane!
What? I would never jump off a cliff.
Let's see.
Delicious sunlight. I was so efficient with my ammo for so long.
In the immortal words of Lazy Purple, I have a shotgun. Witch Doctor, David Tennant? No, Mumbo Jumbo.
Ow.
Well, that was me.
Everywhere. Get off.
I saw another head before the screen. I'm like, oh, another. Oh, wait, that's you. They're like balloons full of light. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. I think Alan's still hopped up on medication. He's got the jitters.
It's all those coffee thermoses I've been finding.
Self-medication.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, a mean wheelbarrow.
by wheelbarrow.
It's too bad I was like on top of it. Because I was like, well, guess I'm gonna die.
As the meme goes. I'm smarter than you, game.
Ow.
Wow, I was real good at holding that flashlight steady while changing bullets.
Yeah. Multitasking.
He's got them dexterous fingers. He's got to be good at something since he can't break through doors with his wimpy beta male body.
It's still hitting.
Paper.
Emil made me do it.
Made Tom do it.
Bullets!
Hooray!
Oh, go swim.
In the poop water.
The standing pool. Clinically insane.
I can smell you.
You have the stink of darkness. You know, a whole bunch of these yellow arrows have been leading you to ambushes. I'm starting to question their benevolence.
They have indeed.
How dare he question Palpatine's benevolence? Orange markers. Barry B. Barry. Barry B. Benson.
You're alive!
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry!
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Barry! I'll find it! Don't worry about it!
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it! I'm on it!
No pressure, Barry. Survive the taken assault. Barry is a man with his priorities in check.
I found it! Ah, no, wait, that's a twig!
I wonder how much dialogue they recorded for Barry
Here
goofing
it is!
around.
Al, I found the key!
Why did they
nearest,
take the
you're now in Red
Sandy?
Falls. Come back soon sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Live in a tanning bed. Chapter break? I hope.
I don't think so.
Or at the very least, we're going to be probably done here.
Probably.
Because I'm getting tired, so I'm going to
Yeah.
probably take a break and get a snack. We could maybe do some
crazy,
End of the
but that's
Adventure if we
fine.
feel like it, but we've been going for 2.5 hours,
You
so.
got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the
But
craziest.
maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can.
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place.
Manipulations
lake,
by the
it does
dark
something to the
being.
works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before. It happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just
So what, it
need
made
to
their
find
rock music come true?
There's their rock.
And there's the music.
You mean I'm going to have to find my way out through the forest again?
Wow!
God damn it, Al, talk to me.
Honestly, the fact that they're both alive and kicking after that's impressive. I've been in a flipped car before. It ain't pretty.
That is the end of Alan Wake for today. Are you feeling Amanda or no?
I could lean either way. Let's see if Chad has anything to say. If Chad has nothing to say, then I guess we're
Yeah, it might be-
viewerless, and we might as well just move on.
Yeah, it could be a good time to wrap her up. 2 hours and some change is pretty good.
Yeah.
And I had fun. We
Yeah,
we
lots
got
of
to,
fun.
We got to talk about silly stuff the whole way through. So
That's the whole point of streaming, right?
Yep, it was a good time. So, all right, friends, since we're done, we'll probably just call it quits for this week. But we'll be back next week probably with some more Alan Wake and maybe some other stuff. It doesn't necessarily mean Amanda the Adventurer. That's just what I had on the potential docket. I've got a few. I've got a ton of other games that we
got
could
so
go
many
through.
games. I got games I want him to play. He's got games he wants me to play. He's got games he wants to play, etc.
Exactly. We got plenty to go through. So we'll do it again. But for now, goodbye.
Peace.